Oh yeah, big smash bosh! It's a Friday. Yes, I'm excited because it's a Friday, which only means one thing. I'm going to get to play with my planes. Yes, I'm like a little child. I don't care. As I said to someone else the other day, as soon as you reach 50, you go back down again. Yes, I'm enjoying myself and I'm having fun with Balsa. Yes, we are. We are still building the Harrier. This is part 5. Alrighty then, we're on floaty cam. Yes, floaty cam. So what we done, we did do bits and pieces. I did do this at the end of the day, and here's a floaty cam view of the edges. Now, are those done another boo-boo? Yes, another boo-boo. This should be 2.4, not 3.2 width, the thickness. Yes, I've boo-booed. But it doesn't matter, I'll sand all that down and get it to shape, and I'm sure it just adds strength. But yes, there's a bit of a boo-boo on my behalf. So there we go, that's all. Now we have got a hatch coming in here. And also it's a cheat hole as well, and a hatch, because so we get the battery in. But they can stay like that. I'm just going just from here. We can mark all that later on. Now I did if I turn this round, I have put the back section in here. So this is on the drawing, as you can see, and then we cut it out and stuck it here. Now what you need to know is, if you're following the pictures that are in the description down below, this has changed. Tony's changed the design of this. This used to follow on without the sort of like, what do you call it? I don't know what you call that now. The step, should we say. This used to be nice and smooth, and this used to be stuck inside, as you see if you look at the pictures that Tony, so you can help you build. This has changed. This is a lot easier. Yeah, that all got stuck in. Don't worry about the pipe. With the pipe, we're going to sort of cut that down, follow the shape of the contour of the fuselage, and I've got a little special way to do that, but I'm not bothered about doing that right at the minute. I'll probably do that once it comes to shaving. Now, so what are we up to next? So this is our next piece. So if I can show you here, I thought we'd go for a bit of roamage cam because I can get up close and personal. Yeah, so this is not exactly glued in. So this is where we need to put an F13 here. Now if you can see, if I could get that in focus, probably not, but there you go. Can you see the chamfer on that? You can just about see it on the edge there, the chamfer. This is what I should have done with this. So we've got to stick F13 there. And then round here, this was F11. I thought that was F12 because my dodgy writing, but that's exactly F11. F12 is here. Once again, this is different from the pictures. Here's the picture. So this is actually different. So then this is going to have to be glued in, and then probably the stringer, because there was none of these. There's none of these kind of like inserts for the stringer. The same with this stringer. Stringer. What do you call that? Stringer seat, stringer hole, or stop chewing my balsa, and yeah, whatever. I don't know. But that's going to go there. So presumably the bottom of this thingy, whatever we called it, is going to be in line with that, and then we can put the stringer across, and then we can do. And then we'll do today. So we'll roll that over with the cover that we need, and that is going to be 2.4, not 3.2. Yes, I mean it's quite a difference really when you look at it. I mean, see if I can grab this and do the same cam at the same time. This is 3.2, as you can see. I've cut that is 3.2 underneath, or whatever you call it. This is not very bendy. Yes, no. And this is but this is 2.4. Very bendy. Yes, very bendy. So that will curve nicely. Is it going to matter that I've got a bit of 3.2 in the front? Nah, it's all good. Alrighty, so we're all stuck. Yes, we are. We have got the back section, which is F12, and F13, the middle section, ready to put a stringer across. Now, if you notice the back here, underneath F12, where we put the back section in, on the picture, here's the picture. It looks like it's got a bit of a tongue coming out, so there's like an extra section that comes out to around about over the thrust tube. Now I was thinking, oh, maybe it's just a change and everything else, but once you cut the thrust tube to the contour of the fuselage, then that's possibly, it might allow air coming into the back section and maybe cause drag. That is my thinking of it. That could be totally wrong, that could be totally stupid. So it's a bit like that. Anyway, So I might put a bit of just to cut a bit of balsa out. I'll use the extension. Oh, what am I going to use? I'm going to stick that over there. I'm going to use the cutout that I did here. So this is the back section. So I need to sort of continue the line across, probably about 20 mil. A couple of these spaces, I think they're in millimeters, or an inch, sorry. So it's about an inch. Is that an inch? Yes, an inch. So an inch over. So that hovers over the thrust tube, and obviously the air shouldn't really go in there. If it's nothing to do with it and it shouldn't be in there, then we can always cut it or get to it from the thrust tube. But that's what I do. Now, if you're noticing, Chris, where is the face cam? Well, someone said to me in the comments, Chris, I can't see what you're doing because your face is always on it. Well, I do try to move it, so I'm going to do a faceless cam today. And he goes, your voice is all right, so... But what do you like? Do you like my interaction with the old boat race, and that is English for face? Or do you just want my voice secretly giving whispers to your ears? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So here out there, you get this thing in the UK from a company called SLEC. I don't know if they deliver over abroad. I don't know. And you get like these little packs, which I've got a few of, which are great if you need... You know, you've got a bit of an issue and you need a bit of balsa, basically. So there is a piece in here that I'm after. If I look at the end, I might be able to see. It's this one, is it? That one's a bit thick. It's this one, the third one down. This one, I think it's that one. Oh no, that's a toughie. See, I didn't know that you can get hard balsa, soft balsa, really but soft balsa, really light balsa, really heavy balsa, balsa, and a bit more balsa. Yes, apparently you can. There's more than one bits of balsa. So there you go. Let's just throw that over there anyway. When you take the cellophane off, it's mad. You can always tell when it's the really flappy balsa or really light balsa because it's very bendy. I mean, this is 2.4. I could have probably used some of the 3.2, I suppose, but I'll keep it as 2.4 and make it nice and fluffy. So I'm going to have to go cross grain as well, which is the most horriblest way to cut, but never mind. So I'm just going to sort of to get a bit of wastage, put that to the edge there, and then just draw a line here so I know the line it's going to take. So that it's basically the line of the fuselage. Fuselage. Do you like that word, don't you? Fuselage. Fuzz. So there we go. So I should be able to do that. There you go. It's a nice little pencil mark going on there. Don't really need a pencil mark. I could probably just cut it actually. In fact I will. I mean, this is a pretty new blade anyway, so always best to have a new blade, especially when you're cutting cross grain, because it's just it will pull. I'm sure people, I'm sucking eggs and all that sort of stuff, but you know what I mean. Bit of pulled pork going on. Right, so yeah, that is that edge. Yes, okay. So I just had to think about something then, and yeah, it's always better just to be over in my book because you can always sand it afterwards. Ah, come on, don't go wiggly wiggly. There we go. I always find it easier when I'm kind of almost pointing to the ruler. There we go. Let's get that out of the way because that is our spare balsa. Let's get the fuse back, the fuzz. So it's inside out, the more you turn me. I can't get much more than that. If you can't see what I'm doing there, I really apologise. So if I stick the tongue in here, I call it the tongue because I can. I keep going, and then it's just slightly more, and I could probably just, I think, just sand that edge there because it's a bit. Where are you? I need to make some more, you know, a bit of wood sort of thing. Let me just do that. There we go. So if I stick that in there, okay, that's nice. Now I don't think I needed that much, so I'm just going to draw a little line there. I think. I suppose it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going by the picture. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, does it matter if I leave it big? I don't think so. Alrighty, so we are extreme close-ups. None of me all about, just a balsa. So I did stick this in. As you see, it looks like a bit like the picture now. I just used that with a bit of Bit of the Dulux rocket's rapid rocket, you know what I mean. I did do a bit of that stuff with a bit of me rocket blaster. Great stuff this is. I'm lucky enough that I can get all this from Formax, where I'm just down the road from me, which is our good man George. That's always full of tips and bits and pieces. In fact, George was the one that gave me the tip about the Balsa, you know, when we put it together with a bit of tape and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's full of tips. Extreme Balsa close up, extreme Balsa close up. Here we go. Am I extreme? Am I good now for you? Right, okay, stringers. So we're just going to go to the edge, each edge, so close to the edge, so I could just mark that off. What's going on? We're going to mark that off, and then later on we're going to use a David. All we need now is a bit of Fred. Where's Fred when you need him? Right, so I have got a new blade for talking of George and Formax, I have got a new blade. I haven't put it on yet. I'm still going to use with a wonky blade. In fact, it's not bad, is it? I did try to get the wonky out of it. So let's use our once again making sure we've got a bit of timber underneath, or a bit of balsa or whatever, bamboo, just so we don't start to soar into the aluminium or aluminum, as my good friends over the pond would say. Yes, there we go, lovely jubbly. Stick that out of the way. We don't need the stringer. Stringer can go in the box, because otherwise I'll get confused of what stringers. Now I believe this is meant to be 5mm, but this is just, have I cut that one? Phew, I thought I cut that wrong. This is just a bit over. But that's okay. That's okay. We could just use a bit of caps, no, a bit of our permagrit tools, and just I think hopefully that should just across it. In fact, where is she? There she is. Yeah, so we got a David, and we've done a bit of marking. Now we got Bertha, yes, Big Bertha. That's what I call her anyway. So let's get along, old Bertha. Don't want to go too mad. I think not my fingers. It's meant to be 5mm, but this turns out to be, I believe, zero this out. Zero. Which side am I standing? 6.5, 6.5 or 6.3. So it's a bit wider than these say 5mm, but it's not exactly 5mm. So if I just mark the sides I'm doing, no, I mark the sides I'm not doing, because if I mark the sides I am doing, it's going to be sanding off. So in fact, I think we're going to go for the extreme side. I don't know how you do this. It's a bit cack-handed, isn't I? That's it. There we go. There we go. This is the rough and tough side. Trouble is, it's great for. I mean, I've got bad nails as it is, as you probably know. I suffer with stress. Yes, stress. And it does all sorts of random things to one's body, including marking me face, making me nails, and growing all sorts of things that everyone thinks they're weird warts. They're not. It's all to do with lovely stress. Anyway, whatever. We're not stressing. Oh, and I'm not stressing. Just went. Oh, hello. Did you feel that like I just did? It went in like a glove. I'm not too bad. We can file that end down. The back end, I want. Oh, look at that. In fact, I'm probably going to need to do that side as well. Thinking about it. So let's do the side. Why am I going to do that side? Because, you know, we don't want it higher than this. So I don't know. It's all good. I don't know why this has turned out. You'll probably find that there is a 5mm, and I've got this 6.3mm. That ain't even used there. That is meant to be used for something else. From Dulux Materials. I like it because it's water, and this was a tip as well from a good old George. It's waterproof. I didn't know that. Obviously, the white glue is not, and because this is like, you know, it's got a bit of wood there that probably stay forever and a day. Where's my cut? This should do. Because it's got no landing gear, and because in the UK, I think we get about 1 day of sunshine a year. The rest of it's just rain. The grass will be wet constantly. I'm slightly exaggerating there. We do have sunny days in this country of ours, but a lot of rain, as the rest of the world. heart out to Spain at the moment. You know, that's frightening. Frightening, really is. I'm really heartfelt for everyone in Spain. You know, just having so much rain and water. Right, okay. Let's keep it to that Friday video and let's not get sad. Oh, like a oh dear me, that's just, I could just feel it oozing in. But this should go around nice. Because, oh look, do I need to even water this? Probably not. That's going to go around. Do I need to do it in 2 halves? Well, yes, because it's not big enough, Chris. Oh, okay. So, now, the really interesting thing as well is that it's on the angle of the dangle, which is going to be interesting. I don't know why it's on the angle of the angle. It's probably, I don't know why is it on the angle of the angle, Chris. So it's not if I go around this way, so maybe it still is a bit for some reason. I wonder why that's on such a the angle. Does that mean I've actually built it wrong? Does that mean that here is not flat enough? I don't know. Right, okay, so where was we? So it was all stuck and everything else. So I made a little template. A lot easier to do with cardboard. This is basically, this is curved, this is. That's curved. It's curved that way. It's curved every which way but loose, but it's kind of fun when I'm sort of getting it out. So I'm hoping that will, could have done with a little line, a little one in the middle, I suppose, a little brace or form, should I say. That should go on there nicely, and I've done it halfway to here, and then I've done the reverse to cut on the other side. Now I have just wet this with like a hairdressing spray. Don't tell the wife I borrowed it. Just wet one side so it bends rather than cracks, even though it has got a little crack, but I believe that was me. I believe it was me earlier on when I was messing about. So that's going to fit nice. There where it's kind of like cracked there, that's okay. It's a bit of balsa filler, that's fine. Right, so what I'm going to try and do is do it in CA along this edge. I just want to get these edges on. I can do the other bit in a minute, and I'm hoping that I can then spray the activator on it and it will reach from this side. Otherwise I'm going to have to try a different way of doing things. So let's wrap that round there if I can. And will it? I don't know. I don't know if that will or not. Making sure that I am on the floor. I think that has. I've got lucky. Put this round on this edge on the. Get that in there. It gets in there quite good actually. Quite, that's the word that I'm looking for. Quite well. Yeah, that's all stuck down. That's fine. And then I'm just gonna is that stuck down? That should be stuck. Yes, it has. I'm just gonna go along this edge because it has got a bit of a gap in here, but I'll fill it with. I'll get it in there. So that's basically me. Okay, this is my kind of dodginess. So if I just press down on that a little bit, give it a spray, that should all make that nice and crusty. And don't forget, I can fill this in. I can fill. This is what filler's all about. This has all got to be. I just want to put just a bit on there, in there, sanding and everything else. So there you go. That's nice. So I'll just. Before I do the centre line, I'm going to put this one on and make sure that it is nice. And because obviously this is all going to be cut later on, all these edges and the back edges. Yeah, let's get this side on anyway. Wow, did that just go or what? 20 or so minutes and it's gone. Huh. Well, I can still do bits more in the hanger later on because the bits like I showed you in the beginning. But here we go. There's the finished product. Let me just have a quick look so I can see what I'm doing. There, you see it there. I've made a bit of a gap. Yes, I decided to make a gap. Why? I don't know. So I can fill it again, of course. So I just started putting a bit of balsa in there, and I'll put. So all I've done is got really thin balsa, sanded it down until it's a slither. Yes, I can fit it, but if I can fit it with timber or balsa, it's going to be better. But it's not bad. I mean, she fitted all well, and everything else is fantastic. So what's the next steps now? The next steps now is making this front look like she's meant to be. Yes, it's all going to be sanded down. And shaped and everything else, and the bottom gets shaped, but not the top. No, Make sure you always get the balsa out the plane afterwards. We won't shape this until we put the top on, and we can't put the top on until we put in the servos. Yes, this will be putting in the servos in. But I'm going to carry on shaping. You don't need to watch me shaping. It's going to be a lot of David and a lot of sanding and a lot of everything else. I'm going to try and make it look like the actual picture, which we'll do a comparison at the beginning of next week. But once you start shaping, I mean, you know, I've done a video about shaping and bits and pieces, so, you know, just use your David, make sure it's very sharp, make sure it's not sticking out loads, and just calm it and shape it. It's shaping, you know, just creatively making it look like a Harrier body shape. At least that's the plan. Anyway, so that, I'm going to carry on doing that shaping over the weekend, and then sort of next week's video, putting the servos in, putting the back in. I'll record that hopefully before Friday, and then we can start. Yes, we can start strengthening the front. Well, it's not the front, it's the mid section. Actually, we'll start on the front, and then it's going to start really taking shape, and then we can get the wings, which are hopefully going to be grand and bish bosh bash. If you do get out there, be safe, keep safe, but have fun. Life is too mega short, it really is. And you'll say to me, yes, Chris, it's too mega short, so why are you stressing about it? I don't know. It's all in my jeans. I'm not wearing jeans today. Thanks for popping by. Ta-ra.